In this episode, I've called up an architect friend. He, once or twice a month, faithfully makes granola. Welcome to Season 2 of FUJIGIRL. In this series, I'm going to use the GFX100S and I'm going to pair it with 3 different lenses. The GF80mm, 50mm and also the 30mm lens. Through setting up scenarios, going into the scene with just one lens and trying to push the lens further, find out what the lens can do. So today with the 50mm, we're going to shoot food and we're going to witness Manuel and his wife, Isabelle, produce a fresh batch of granola. We're starting the shoot at about 6 p.m. and evening will very quickly set in.
I'm doing a granola session right now.
We are in a rush to set up lights to emulate how daylight would come into the space using a huge umbrella and also a filler. Just so in a way that it doesn't get into the reflection of the kitchen cabinets or doesn't look in a way that it is unnatural. So the 50mm is not too wide and it translates to 42.5 mm at a 0.85 magnification. It's very light and it's very nifty to move around the kitchen, especially if you have a tight space. And I think it would be a sweet spot between photographing the food itself and the documentary of the chef.
105, un peu plus que 150, c'est sensible. Entre 150 et 180.
We're talking about things like hands, kitchen instruments. When you pull back, you get a nice, undistorted perspective of the kitchen and also of the chef preparing the food. I have to go into the kitchen with just one lens. And the 30mm probably shows a little bit too much. I'm actually not photographing the kitchen, but I'm photographing the preparation of the food. So I want my audiences to focus on the food and not so much on the entire environment. And if you take a slightly longer lens, for example the 80mm, then you may not have enough space to pull back, to move yourself back. When you want to frame more context into your scene, it could be the cooker stove, it could be the microwave, it could be the weighing scale. So when you want to pull back and like sort of put things into perspective, that becomes a bit of a challenge. You might get behind walls, you might bump into things in the kitchen. So in this case, the 80mm is not really ideal.
With architecture, I have so many, consultants, clients, this, that. This one is like, if she like it, okay, done. That's it. It's a bit more selfish somehow. I don't know if we can say that, but architecture, you need to go through so many processes. It's very long run. No? That's why we're doing also exhibition, because exhibition, I'm talking about architecture, but actually it's super fast. I can pass ideas in, that kind of exhibition is 3 months preparation, is nothing. You know, you're gonna spend time on anything. I mean, we don't have TV, we're not watching anything. We are focusing on what is, what we need to do every day. I mean, it's nothing, it's not obsession, it's just, okay, you have to eat something every morning. It's a question. So we ask this question to us, we just start to think about it. We eat every morning something. Why don't we eat something interesting? And then we live somewhere, where I live, why this space and everything. Then everything, then you go to the basic. Huh? This is basic, where I live, what soap I use, what I eat. It's basic. 7 years ago we start to think about it, is to do things by our own. Because I was so focused about architecture 10 years ago, and actually to be too focused, I lose the focus. Now you lose a little bit freshness. Evening when I go to sleep, I read architecture. When I wake up, I do architecture. It's public holiday. I came at 8:30, I do architecture. There's no holiday, it's all bullshit, this one. It's just done by someone, but there's no holiday. You just do what you have to do, actually. You just do it to find the meaning of things. And then you just do it, and then you're happy because you're happy you have done your granola. I mean, it's a simple thing, but actually it's super, yeah, it's good. Nowadays you are looking always for amazing things. What have you done? I do a parachute jump, I did that. I mean, going to the extraordinary always. We're looking potentially more on the domestic and very basic things. Back to basic, and everything become amazing, and you don't have to look at crazy things. It's there. This is utopia. I think so. I think so. I think doing granola is utopia. If you don't look at financial benefit you can get from it, is already utopia. So simple, actually. Anything you do that is not about getting money is about another agenda than money. What? New? It can exist? Yes, it can exist, actually. And then it becomes something, maybe you break even, maybe you lose money, this is another question. Things that you cannot say, actually, because losing money nowadays is almost non-politically correct. If you can afford it, maybe why not? You gain something else, or you're doing for utopia and it's become maybe break even. It's fine. You get something else.